You went to that estate at one point. What do we know about this?
Well, we know that the FBI showed up this morning on boats at around 10:30 in the morning, a team searching his island, even though accused sex trafficker Jeffrey Epstein is dead and the federal trial against him will never happen. It's still an unmistakable message from the Department of Justice. This isn't over. Today, unexpected guests showed up on Jeffrey Epstein's private Caribbean island. A team of FBI agents raided the luxury compound, while the Attorney General vowed not to let up on the investigation.
Let me assure you that this case will continue on against anyone who was complicit with Epstein.
Barr also fiercely criticized the federal jail where Epstein was being held.
We are now learning of serious irregularities at this facility that are deeply concerning.
The 66-year-old was discovered close to death early Saturday morning. According to an administration official familiar with the facts, Epstein had not been checked on for a number of hours, a violation of protocol, which requires checks roughly every half hour. Today, the prison union telling NBC News the jail is understaffed. Officers are overworked. On July 23rd, Epstein was put on suicide watch after being found injured with marks around his neck, triggering 24/7 monitoring, according to multiple law enforcement sources. But on or about July 29th, the suicide watch was dropped. A person familiar with the case tells NBC News on August 9th, the day before his death, Epstein's cellmate was released and not replaced, another apparent violation of protocol. That same day, Epstein's attorneys visited the facility, arguing that their client was mentally stable and should be moved to a less restrictive unit. Epstein wasn't moved. He hanged himself the next morning, according to multiple law enforcement sources, making the decision to drop the suicide watch one of many questions in the investigation.
It's quite hard to keep someone alive if they're really intent on killing themselves, and that's why whatever that watch status is becomes very important.
Epstein may have slipped past the experts, but investigators are still determined the story of his alleged crimes gets told. Stephanie Gosk, NBC News, New York.
Hey, NBC News fans, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down here and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives. Thanks for watching.